Hey,
Hello, my name is Selena.
and my name's Theone, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Piping Hot. We are so excited that you've decided to join us today on this glorious Wednesday, even though we're not recording on Wednesday. But this episode comes on Wednesday, and I hope your week is amazing.
When you said that, I literally didn't process. I was like, what day is it? I have thought it's like a wrong day all week. It's one of those weeks where I just don't really know what's going on. But I'm very excited because tomorrow I am leaving for Chicago for my cousin's bridal shower. So I'm super, super excited for that. But I am ready to get TF out of Massachusetts. Forgot where I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I honestly feel like this week will never end. Like, I feel like it's like a revolving door.
Fair.
And it's just like, I can't get out. And I'm like, what is happening?
Yep.
But yeah, no, I feel you. At least your weekend starts tomorrow. And
This
I'm
is
very
true.
jealous.
This is true. I still have to call sick out of work, but it'll be fine.
Oh, no, you're not. Are you
Well, I
really?
didn't want to use my vacation day, so I'm just using a sick day.
You know what? I support it, okay?
Thank you.
Because
that was part advice of my coworker, by the way, so it wasn't just me.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you get like appointed sick days, or is it like combined with your PTO? Like
No,
shit like
so
that?
we have PTO and sick days, and sick days don't expire. PTO does. So I try to balance out what I use because I want to max out my PTO if I can, or like build as much up as I can in case I want to take a long vacation I can't use sick time for, you know. It's all very strategic.
Yes. Question. Can you use like mental health days as sick days?
Yes.
Or is that PTO? That's nice.
Yep.
That's nice. You know what? I always... What?
Well, I was going to say, I guess I'm not sure technically, but everyone does it anyway because, like, unless you're out sick for, like, 3 days in a row, like, they can't ask for a doctor's note, so.
Yeah. I always feel really guilty using sick days because, if I, like, lie, like, I feel like they're going to ask me for proof or whatever, and I just can't.
Just send them a picture of throw up and be like, is this proof enough?
No. You know what? Also, too, I feel bad, too, because I think, unfortunately, like, when you work from home, it's like, oh, if you're working from home and you're sick, you can still work. Or at least that's the connotation in my head. So it's like, if I'm sick and I'm at home, I can still check my laptop. But, like, I need to do a better job of, like, setting the boundary of, like, no, I'm sick. I can't work. But...
Fair. It is hard to set that boundary. It is.
Yeah.
But
at my old job, I was actually sick and I still felt too guilty to take a sick day, and I had COVID.
Selena! Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Girl.
that's how intense it is. Like, I just feel too guilty.
Hey, one day we all have things to work on.
I know.
You work for your time off and you deserve it.
Yes. No, I get it. Okay. This is right. Yeah. How have you been since the last time we talked?
I'm good.
Nice.
Yeah, work is work. I feel like I'm going to be saying that for the next however long of my life, but we're getting through it. And what else is up? I'm going to Chicago. I told you about that. I finally, after the chaos that was the Massachusetts RMV, I finally got applied for my new license, so it's going to be Massachusetts soon. I got the title switched over for my car, so now my last step is to just go to my car dealership, get the Massachusetts plates put on, which I have in my car, and then get my car inspection, and then I'm done, and I'm officially a Mass resident. Crazy.
Oh my gosh, wait, did you get a new driver's license too?
Yes, but it hasn't come in the mail yet. But my picture's not too bad. I did forget to wear makeup, though, for the pictures. So I look a little, what's the word? What's the word?
What is the word?
Ghastly. dead but alive. I don't know, but either way, you know, it could be worse. Yeah. So it's okay.
No,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's probably better than Jack's because he took his in during COVID and he had really long hair, like down to his shoulders, and he looks like a serial killer, Peony. It's
Did he smile in it?
No. It's
that
horrid.
Always gets you.
Oh my god, I hate it so much. I just yeah. So it's probably better than that. So
driver's license more oftentimes than not though do you dirty, and that's just what it is.
And that's fine. Whatever. Yep, you know what? Whatever. You know what else does you dirty? The fucking Costco card. Your picture on the Costco card. I've never
had to have that before, but
horrible.
I can imagine.
Horrible. Don't even look at it.
Wait, now I have to see yours.
I don't want to show it. No, absolutely not. I don't know where my Costco card is.
Oh no, it's gone. How are you, Selena?
I'm good. Busy as hell, like always, which is so, like, I'm literally trying to think, I'm like, why am I so busy?
Yeah.
But it's fine. I think the last time we recorded, I was saying that I was gonna go to DC. And now for this episode, I've already been to DC. So I went there like 2 weeks ago or whatever, which is super fun. Saw the monuments, you know, did all the touristy things. Super fun.
Nice.
Oh my God, I went to my first baseball game yesterday.
That was your first baseball game ever?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What did you think?
I mean, honestly, I don't mind it. It's like a lot faster than I thought it would be. But my coworker explained that they changed the rules. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yes. So she was there basically explaining the basics of baseball, right? Because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
And then she also explained that they had changed the rules about how there's like a countdown now and all of this stuff. And I was like, oh, I see. Like it felt a lot faster than I had thought it would be. And so that's probably why.
Yep.
But it was a work event.
Oh, fun.
So we got like this really fancy suite with like food and drinks all included and all of this stuff. Like it was so bougie.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That is how I want to watch baseball.
Yes,
like
same.
If I'm gonna go to a game, that's how I want to do it.
Damn, like every time I was hungry, I would go get some like chips and dip. They had pizza, they had hot dogs, chicken, and then a bunch of like beer and hard liquor and just a bunch of stuff like for already. I know, it was so nice. So that's how I have to watch baseball games now. So
nice.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Cool. All right. Yeah. What are you reading, watching, listening to?
Okay, what am I reading? Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. In my spare time, I've either been A, rotting, or B, playing Stardew. So I haven't been reading much.
So you're still deep in the Stardew Valley.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Nice.
Still in the Stardew Valley grind.
Nice.
And if I'm not, I am literally rotting, like, on my bed, on the couch, on TikTok. Like,
That's okay.
I know it's so bad. But do you ever get those days where it's like... do you ever get those days where you just like literally can't, like you just don't want to do anything and you're just like, I'm just gonna
Selena
lay down.
so frequently like you don't have to ask me twice. Like half of the times I'm literally right there just like laying down, and to get comfortable I'm switching positions. Sometimes my head's at the bottom of the bed, sometimes I'm on my stomach. There's different places to rot, but as long as you switch it up, it's okay.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So I haven't really been reading much, but I am still reading The Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden with my friends. Slowly making my way through it.
That's all right.
I've also started reading Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt, which is a book club read, and the only reason why I'm trying to fucking finish it is because we meet on Friday, and I want to talk about the book.
Got it. So you gotta get it done.
Yeah, I gotta go. So I have like, I think like 120 pages left. So I mean, I'll get there, but that's the only reason why I'm reading it like that fast.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So fair.
But yeah, that's me. What are you reading?
So I finally finished, I forget if I said this last time or this time, I finally finished Luck of the Draw, that book I've been reading for like a month. It was fine. I liked it enough, but it just wasn't it. But then I also started and finished Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. That girl is my girl. I love that book so much. I love that book. I think it's so fun that it was set in Minneapolis. So like I could so clearly picture the setting and like the Stone Arch Bridge and like the dynamic of the characters, and like I just feel like she's one of those authors, kind of like Emily Henry, where I know if I need, I should have thought of it before, like if I know I need to like get back into reading and like get out of my slump, I can read her books and I'll be fine. Like I just absolutely loved it. So I feel like I'm back in the reading grind now. And then I just started finally, and then I started finally back in the grind, and then I started reading, I think it's called Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. It's one of the lakefront billionaires.
Yes, it is.
Things. So I am starting that, and I'm already
Isn't that
eating
like a
it
spin-off?
up. It is a spin-off. Yep.
Okay.
So it's already good. It's like the tropes are like the nanny of a single dad.
Oh my god. I know you eat that shit up.
Something about a man with a child really just, that's it for me. Okay, yeah. It just does. It's so
funny.
Hot.
I love it.
It's so hot.
It is. No, oh my god, have you seen that trend on TikTok where it's like the hot dad walk out of the hospital?
Yes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Indeed, you have.
When I have children, I am getting that video to watch of my husband just on loop, you know.
That's so funny.
I love a hot dad. Walk.
I know you do.
Face. Anything really. So,
all the above.
All of the above. Yes.
Very
so
nice.
That's what
So where do you rank Just for the Summer? Like, what is your favorite Abby Jimenez books? I guess I don't remember like how many you've read of hers.
I've read so many. I honestly couldn't even remember off the top of my head. I feel like Just for the Summer is pretty on par with Yours Truly for me. I still think Yours Truly might be a little above it, but like I feel like those two are pretty close for me.
Yeah. Yours Truly will never beat anything for me. Like it's almost like a fucking heart principle, like that shit level 2, where it's so like no one can ever beat Yours Truly. I will say I really like Just for the Summer, but because you've read all the books, like you made all the connections of like who is who and whatever, and so it was really interesting because Just for the Summer was a book club read. Other people who didn't read the previous books, they like didn't know what was happening, and I was like, this is the biggest shit that's been revealed.
Yeah,
like,
you don't even know. Yeah,
I know, right? Isn't that crazy? So
yeah,
I just thought it was interesting.
Totally.
What are you watching?
What am I watching? So still Kardashians.
Nice.
I finally finished Gilmore Girls. I forget if I said that last time. But so I've been watching Kardashians, finished Gilmore Girls. I've watched The Bachelorette. You need to watch The Bachelorette this season. This season is so good. You guys, I haven't watched The Bachelorette in like a couple years now at least.
Yeah.
Like it just hasn't been hitting for me. Something about this season I am so into. I love Jen as a person. I think she's a perfect balance of kind of like fun and sweet and like funny, but like also outgoing and like super strong, and also will lay down the law, and she does not take anything from anyone. So it's like such a good balance of like a main person, but then also the guys. The drama isn't like stupid drama. It's like actually entertaining to watch. So like it's just, I don't know, something about the cast this season is so good. So I've been watching that every week. I'm all caught up. And then I'm also watching Claim to Fame, which if you guys haven't heard of that, it's a show hosted by Kevin and Frankie Jonas, where it's basically like a house full of celebrity relatives, and their job is to figure out who each other's celebrity relative is. So it's super, if you like pop culture or celebrities or anything, it's so good. And then I've also started Modern Family. So
wow, have you ever seen Modern Family?
I never have.
And you have never seen Modern
I've never
Family?
seen it, and I'm already hooked. Like, I don't know how I haven't seen it, but it's so far up my alley, it's not even funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's like Modern Family literally changed the fucking game for like sitcoms when it
Yeah.
first started airing, right? All the way
Yep.
back in the day. It's so good. I love
I
it. I love
already
it. I
love it
love
so
it.
much.
Like I've seen it twice through. And
Oh my
it's just
gosh,
so,
I didn't know that.
So good. It's literally so good. The
So we'll have to discuss it as I go along, for sure.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
But so that's what I've
nice.
been watching. A lot of different things. Yes.
I love that.
What have you been watching?
So I've been watching Kitchen Nightmares with Jack.
Nice.
That's been kind of a meta. The movie that we're talking about.
Yes.
And then I started Howl's Moving Castle.
Nice. Hey, that tracks
Just to, like,
for
turn it on.
everything. Yeah, it's so good, so good.
Right.
I still need to watch it, Selena. I still need to watch it.
you
But I
have
feel
to.
like I
It's
need to watch
literally-
it with you. That's the
You
thing.
do have to watch it.
Yeah.
with me. I literally love that movie so
Oh,
much.
I know.
Okay, what are you listening to?
What am I listening to? Okay, I've honestly been in a little bit of a music slump. I
Same.
kind of have been understanding what you said about Spotify. Like, the playlists aren't really hitting for me. I just
Yes.
I'm just bored with music, and I think part of the
Yeah.
reason is because we got all this new good music the first half of 2024, and now I'm like, okay, what's coming? And I know it'll help
Yes.
once like Sabrina Carpenter's album comes out and all of that, but
Yeah.
it's just like I feel a little stuck right now. But I have been
Yeah.
listening to a couple things.
Okay.
So I've been listening to Woman's World by Katy Perry, which I know is really controversial. I'm sorry.
It's controversial.
It's very
Did you hear the conspiracy that it was originally made for the Barbie movie,
Yes.
but because she was so late, they kicked
Yup.
the can of that one, and they went somewhere else.
Yes, which honestly, it is very Barbie coded, and I think
Yes.
it would have been so successful if it came out with Barbie. But the
Yes.
fact that it came out with this context, and now it
Yeah.
comes out that she works with Dr. Luke, like Kesha's abuser, no.
Yeah, no.
So I'm
I
not
know.
into that.
Yeah.
Then I've been listening to Edge of Midnight, which is the mashup of Midnight Sky and Edge of 17, the Miley Cyrus Stevie Nicks song. From
yes.
Miley Cyrus's Plastic Hearts album. I rediscovered
Yeah.
it the other day, and I just I absolutely love it. I think that's the main thing. I forget if I mentioned
Yeah.
this last episode, so sorry if I already did, but I've also been listening to Tough by Lana Del Rey and Quavo.
You did not mention that, but
Okay.
I've also heard that song.
It's so
Yeah.
good. I love it.
It
Something
is.
about their vibes and their voices work so well, even though you'd never think they would.
Honestly,
So,
I didn't know that they were together.
yeah,
like,
I didn't
that's-
either.
So weird. And then because I don't think it was at Coachella that they performed that song, or maybe it was. Or
It wasn't Coachella,
It was
but it
somewhere.
was I think somewhere,
festival.
yeah, somewhere, was it Glastonbury or something like that?
Oh, I
Maybe.
maybe.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
eh,
But yeah,
who knows?
she had brought him out to debut this song. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like shook. But you know,
I know,
it's
right?
a really good song.
What have you
Yeah.
been listening to?
Nothing much, honestly. I'm just
That's
stuck
okay.
in my loop.
Okay.
K-pop. I've been
Yep.
listening to my pop mix on Spotify. Like nothing
Nice.
new. I've actually been listening to just like some podcasts while I work
Oh.
in the office. So it's
Okay.
like, but like nothing like crazy. So
Nothing
I
that
don't know.
really like floated your boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just sad. I just need something. You know how
Yeah.
it's like you're craving like a really good book. It's like, oh my god,
Yes.
I really need a good album. Like I
Yeah.
need something.
Yeah, no, that makes sense though. For sure.
Yeah.
It's like, which hopefully Sabrina Carpenter saves us both, because I
Oh my
need
God,
it.
please,
I need new
please.
music in my veins right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to jump into pop culture now?
Yes, absolutely. So,
Do you want to start?
yes.
Okay.
Controversial topic maybe for this podcast, but I don't really care because it's a world we live in. I need to mention it. Let's just talk about politics for 2 hot
Yeah,
seconds, okay?
yeah.
First
Yeah.
off, Trump there was an assassination attempt, right?
Oh my god, wait. Yeah, so much has happened since
I
like, we
know
last went
that.
on a
So I
podcast.
just need to go
okay.
through a quick little political recap.
You're right. Okay.
So that already crazy, right?
Yeah.
I
I was in DC for that. I was like,
oh
I
my
didn't
gosh,
need to
you're right.
experience
Yeah.
a historical event. I mean, it was in like
Literally.
Pennsylvania, but like
But
I was
still.
in DC and I was like, you know what, this is enough.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want
literally.
that.
It's just I this is gonna be a horrible thing to say, and it's not gonna be what you think.
Okay.
I don't condone violence like that of any kind, right?
Yeah.
I will say, in modern day, I am not surprised that like an attempt like that would happen to Trump because he is so polarized. I'm not saying it should happen. I'm not one of those people who's like, too bad he missed. Like, wow, I would never ever say that. I'm just saying, because of the things he says and how polarized he is, I'm not surprised that he was the target of something like that. Because if you look at the other presidents, this has happened to.
Yeah. Which makes it even worse that the Secret Service kind of missed big holes. Like that's been coming out in the following weeks now. Like I think just this past weekend, like the director of Secret Service, she stepped down after her like court hearing or whatever. Like it's just been a hot mess. Like it's just been crazy over there as they start to uncover just like everything with it. So
So that happened. Then the Republican National Convention happens and Trump chooses J.D. Vance as his VP. Very interesting pick to me and not at all strategic on his part.
Okay. Oh wait, did you see? Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I know I know this is like a really serious topic, but
no, it's okay.
Did you see?
Please say it.
Did you see the TikTok where it was revealed like the RNC was happening in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right? And then Grindr crashed.
Yes,
that week. I'm sorry. I'm not saying anything, but it's just a weird
Grindr, the gay dating app, crashed in Milwaukee. While the Republican National Convention was happening. Y'all can draw your own conclusions about that. Anyway,
sorry.
No, it's so funny. It's so funny because it's just. I hate politics. But then, right after that, Joe Biden steps down, which I do truly believe was the right move. I truly believe it was the right move. I do think it would have happened sooner, but honestly, with the thing with Trump happening and then him choosing who he did for his VP, I actually think this ended up working out well. Which I don't believe it was by accident at all, because now obviously like Kamala Harris is going to be the nominee. So now it's up to her to choose a vice president and now or to run with, and I think she has the opportunity now to be even more strategic than usual with her VP pick because
I agree.
She's already seen, and honestly, the way that I've seen her talked about in the news, I don't know. I have a feeling about it, and The Simpsons, literally, I don't know if you've seen it, predicted it to the dot of her. Look it up, The Simpsons side by side of a female president wearing the exact outfit Kamala Harris did.
Oh,
it's crazy. So I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but
it's interesting because like obviously she her team, whoever is working for her, has been working overtime. I don't know if you've seen just how much money she's raised in the first 24 hours that
Most
she announced.
Ever.
It was like 80. Yeah, it was like 80 million in like 24 hours, and she's been this past week. She's been, going to rallies, making speeches and all that stuff. And it's so funny because I was talking to Jack. I was like, it's honestly, it shouldn't be this like amazing or stunning to have a candidate be able to speak as well as she is. Because we've been nominating old candidates. Like, it's
literally
crazy.
It's literally crazy. No, 100%. And I was going to say, outside of any policies, what anyone believes in, what anyone has said, I think the reason that she has so much momentum, and I truly think she could win, is because after literally everyone I've talked to felt so hopeless because it was Biden and Trump. Biden because of the state he was in, unfortunately, and Trump because it's Trump. And so it's like to have someone who can speak well, can be politically correct, whether or not you agree with what she believes in or whatever.
Can hold a conversation, press conference.
Yep. I think it got people excited for like her, but also the future of politics that could come after her too.
Yes. And I think what was the raising alarms was the first debate between Trump and Biden where they debated about golf. I'm sorry. We have bigger problems right now. Like
you call me a sucker and a loser. You're a sucker. You're a loser.
Yeah. Like I
never said sucker
no
and
wonder.
Loser. I never said it.
Oh my god. Wait, that was amazing.
Stupid. Thank you
very
much.
That was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I'm just like it's just I think it made people realize like fuck golf. We have other shit we need to talk about.
Literally.
Like I don't like this is so crazy. Like you guys are on a national stage and we're talking about golf. Like we need to get back down to the actual
like what actually
problems.
Matters.
Yes, and I think that's what everyone was just craving because it was like, what the fuck are we doing? Like this
literally.
is stupid. So did you see that Kamala Harris picked "Freedom" by Beyonce?
I sure did, and I thought of you right away.
I was like, okay, that is such a good choice.
But the commercial or ad or whatever you want to call it that she put out with that song, that is one of the best political ads I've seen in a long time. Because of course it called out Trump subtly, but it also was like, here's my platform, here's what I stand for. It felt so powerful, girl.
Yeah.
I don't know. Her team, like you said, her team is working overtime, and I feel like it's super paying off.
Yes, I know. Like, whoever she has surrounded by her, like, it's like they're being incredibly thoughtful on how they're going about this, and they know that this is a time to capitalize, and like they are working double time. And I'm like, damn, like good for them. Like it's obviously paying off. Like there's a lot of, at least from what I'm seeing on TikTok, there's like a lot of positive responses to it.
Yeah.
I just love that Beyonce gave Kamala permission to use
I
Freedom.
love it too.
So,
like such a power move. Such a
love.
power move.
Yeah, Beyonce just doesn't hand that shit out, okay?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't.
No. Very nice. I think
that's
all,
my pop culture
right?
political stuff. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's just been wild.
It has.
Okay, I just have two small things.
Okay.
Not political, just pop culture.
Yes.
Did you see Maren Morris's wardrobe mishap at a concert that she was performing?
I did not, but I heard her for JJ popped out. Is this true?
It was so bad. Yeah, it was so bad. It was so okay. The skirt was super cute. Like I would wear that skirt.
Okay.
But from the angle that the audience was at and the stage, and like her having nothing underneath, I was like, why didn't her team run to tell her to get the fuck off the stage? Like it was that bad. The angle, it was just so bad, Theoni. Like you know how like the stage is like elevated and you're like in the pit or whatever. Like there's obviously like
wear
a difference.
Shorts or something with a little something to just be careful of that.
No, it was bad, and I feel really bad. And yes, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. So that one's my first one. My second one is that Netflix announced that for Bridgerton season 4, it'll be Benedict's season, and I'm so excited.
I am very excited as well, but I am nervous. I'm nervous because of what happened with season 3 because of the showrunner. Yeah, I just hope. I mean, who knows what will happen, but I really hope they listen to the audience feedback from this season and go back to the formula from season 1 and 2 where the focus is the couple and the other side plots happen, but not to the degree and the chaotic way it happened this past season. I hope they just go back to before because...
I know. Like, I want... their story. I want the couple's story.
I want Benedict and Sophie to actually be the forefront. Because Penelope and Colin got gypped. They did.
No,
I'm sorry.
They were literally not the forefront. They were like a side plot.
Literally.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am excited because I love Benedict, and I've heard that like his book is like really, really good, and his story is really good. So I'm very excited to see that. I do share your same sentiment, though, that I am very nervous just because we know what the showrunner can do and cannot do well. So
I also think it's in Netflix / Bridgerton's best interest. I know this season's gonna take a while, but they need to pop out the season sooner, because if season 4 is like season 3, they're gonna, I think, have a much more difficult time getting people to return for season 5.
Yes, I agree. Like, you're
Because
losing your audience.
You are. Yeah, 100%. I'm
And
not gonna
especially if
stop, but I know they will. Yeah.
But especially if it's like written as poorly as season 3 was.
Literally.
Like, you need to at least make up for it. Where it's like,
Yep.
we waited for season 2, probably the same amount of time that we waited for season 3.
Yeah.
But like, season 2 storyline was great. We're like,
Yep.
we got Anthony and Kate, but it's like, season 3, there was like almost no redeeming qualities. We waited for a really long time and it didn't pay off.
Exactly. Yep.
So.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we dive into our topic?
Yes. Do you want
Okay.
to tell our listeners what we're talking
You
about
always
today?
put me on the spot randomly.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, fine. Today we will be talking about the new Twisters movie and soundtrack that came alongside it, starring Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar-Jones and Anthony Ramos. It is kind of a remake or sequel, or just kind of in the same universe as the original Twister movie that came out in
I don't know, 70s.
before
80s?
my time.
Oh,
Before my
yeah.
time, okay?
Have
but
you seen the original?
So I've never seen it all the way through, but let me tell you this.
Oh.
I would see bits and clips and stuff because, like, it was on TV growing up, and, like, I would see my parents watching it. You don't understand, because, and I'm sure you can relate to this in Wisconsin as well, but Minnesota, like, has tornadoes. Like, if it has a natural disaster, it would be tornadoes. And I grew up hearing the sirens, with the hearing the little thing pop up on the TV from the National Weather Service. And so I was scared of tornadoes when I was younger. Like, if I were to tell you when I was younger what one of my biggest fear is, it would be tornadoes. So, like,
wow.
And it was because of that movie, because it felt way too close to home. So, like, I was a little worried about how I would feel about this movie, but that is my context with the OG. What about you?
That's so interesting. That's so, like, you know what? I learn something new about you every day.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
I have never seen the original, but I know what Twisters is. Like, I'm not sleeping under a rock. Sometimes I do sleep under a rock, but I do know what Twisters is. And so I knew that they were making this, like, remake of it, but I've never seen the original. And I'm kind of in the same boat with you, where, like, I never really liked disaster movies because, like, that shit you can't control. And, like, if you know me, I love to control shit. So if I can't control it, like, that's even more scary than any other horror movie because it's like, what are you gonna do?
It's
outrun
too
the
real.
Ocean?
Literally.
Like, yes, exactly. Like, no, you can't. Like, you outrun a volcano. Like, good luck. You're gonna die.
Literally. And in school as a kid, when we did tornado drills, they just lined us up by the locker, told us to crouch down and put our hands over our necks. I'm sorry. If a mother effing twister rolls through the school, this is not gonna help anything, okay?
No,
No, I'm done. So don't try to play that game with me, girl. I'm running. I don't care.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's, like, I guess, like, my experience with, like, the OG Twisters and just disaster movies in general. Do you have any overall thoughts before we, like, dive into the Twisters movie?
So, about the movie.
Yes.
I'm just going to say in general, I loved it. I don't know. I don't know.
Shut up.
Shut up. I really
You are a
didn't know
cowgirl.
You're a cowgirl. Yeehaw, motherfucker. No, but like... but no, I literally loved it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a mix of the casting and the story, but like...
Yeah.
It just all worked so well.
Yeah.
And like, I think because I went in there with like no expectations, I don't know, I loved it. And I think it was the perfect balance of like giving characters a backstory, but also putting the natural disaster at the forefront, but also nothing felt too jolted. Everything felt naturally paced. I don't know. I'm just obsessed. I loved it. And
Good.
I
Oh
wanted
my
to go see it. Me and my
God.
friend, when
Yeah.
we left the theater, we immediately looked to see if they had 4D with the wind and the rain and the moving
Yes!
seats, but they don't have it near me, so I couldn't. But we thought
darn.
about
Yeah,
it. And I would
I
see
don't
it again
think we
if
have
I
a
could.
4D
Yeah.
cinema here in Minnesota. So yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I keep seeing all the TikToks
Yes.
of them being in it, and it's like the seat like
It's like a
jolting.
roller
I think
coaster, yeah.
I know. Yeah, that would be super fun.
What are your overall
For
thoughts?
yeah, for my overall thoughts for the movie.
Yes.
For a disaster movie, like my expectations were low because like I don't watch disaster movies, and also like
Yes.
the last disaster movie we got, like I don't even freaking remember, and I always feel like
Yeah.
they're exaggerated. So it's like
Yep.
again, it's not like my cup of tea, and I like don't ever like gravitate toward that genre. But this movie was like pleasantly surprising,
Yes.
really fun. Like
Yeah.
I was just like so surprised at how good it was. And
I
I was like,
know.
it's such a good like popcorn movie. I think they did such a great job on the tension and the
Yep.
anticipation. Like they got across what they were going for, and they
Yes.
accomplished it very well. And so
I
I was
agree.
just like really impressed that it was
Yeah.
this good. So,
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
yeah. Also, I just love Glenn Powell. So
Okay, well, this is actually good thing you bring that up, because that's actually my first point that I'd like
yes,
to talk about.
let's do
So,
it.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
So, Glenn Powell for me is everything, because listen.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
is so pretty boy preppy, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time can be dirty and like lumberjack vibes. Like he
Yes.
is the combo
Yes.
of the different flavors of man that I like.
Yeah.
So
No.
oh my god.
He pulls it off so
He
well.
does.
Like it's so
He
crazy
does.
because he can be so golden retriever, like set it up.
Yes.
But then he can be kind of like this like gruff cowboy in
Yes.
Twisters, and it's like honestly the duality is like doing it for me.
Yes, I know, it literally is. That's literally exactly it. I have to say, there was one scene in particular in the movie when he walks out in his hat and the white t-shirt.
White shirt.
The
It's the white
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
Me and my friend looked at each other and just started laughing, and we were like trying to hold it in because I
Yeah.
think something about it was so overwhelming.
Yes,
it was so hot. I did not know what to do with myself.
Yes, I remember that scene coming on and him walking out the house.
Yes.
And I literally cackled because I was like, they know what they're doing.
They
know what they're
that
doing.
is my friend Katie, she was like, that is a female gaze. I said,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my god. So I just special comment to that. His
Yeah.
smile, his cocky little attitude in this
I
movie
know.
was everything.
Loved.
And something about Glenn Powell, I truly believe he could have chemistry with a wall. And I know we've
he
used
could.
that phrase before, but I
know.
truly believe it. I genuinely think he kind of reminds me of Matthew McConaughey, and I know I'm not the first person who said that, but I
yeah.
truly believe he has
see
the
it.
acting chops that if he wanted to
Yeah.
explore much more serious roles, he could in the future. But
Oh,
he can also
100%.
play in these rom-coms. He can also play in the
Yeah.
action. I really believe he's just a fantastic actor that I really think
Yeah.
he's going to have like a big career. Like he already does,
Yes.
but like
no,
you
he
know.
already does. Like these
Yeah.
past couple summers have been like Glenn Powell summers. Like he's because he was in was
Anyone
he in
but
Top
you.
Gun?
Top Gun.
No,
Yep.
he was in Top Gun last summer or 3 summers ago or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
That was huge, right? And it's just like I feel like he's just gonna keep going up and up. Like
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you see that he? I didn't know this until this movie, but did you see that he adds his parents in every movie
Yes.
as like a little cameo?
It makes me love him more.
And his dog Brisket. Have you seen Brisket?
Of course I've seen Brisket. I want Brisket.
I love Brisket.
A Brisket does not have a mom yet. Sorry, Wesley. I'm just
You're
saying.
right. You are right. Brisket is
Brislet.
momless.
Brislet. I love him.
Um,
I love that dog.
But I love that he adds his parents in. Like it's so
Yeah.
cute and such a tiny thing, but it shows
Yes.
like who he is as a
Yes!
person. I'm like,
He's
wow.
a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Yeah, he
like
just
just
is.
so fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know him personally,
God.
so I can honestly
Yeah.
say that.
You're
Yeah.
actually Brisket's new mom.
I
so.
am actually Brisket's
new mom.
yeah. Oh my god. What's your first overall thing that you want to bring up? Because my first was all about Glenn Powell.
Well, we can keep on the Glenn Powell line.
Okay.
I was just going to say that I didn't expect the enemies to lovers storyline in
Yes.
this movie.
I
Honestly, I loved it.
I loved it.
Loved
but
it.
but here's the thing, which also leads into another point.
Okay.
I know that the director did this on purpose because there is a cut with this.
Yes!
Why didn't-
that was my comment, too.
Why did we get a kiss? Why did we get a kiss? Why didn't we get a kiss?
I know. It was so
I don't
perfect
care.
at the end.
I don't care what you're trying to do cinematically. I don't give a damn. What I give
Yeah.
a damn about, I want to see them smooch. Okay?
Yes,
I want
we know that there was tension between there. Like, we
Yes.
can see it. Like, we don't... I just... I saw that cut on Twitter, and I was pissed.
I was
like,
pissed.
are
It was a
you
good kiss,
kidding me?
too.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
And they set it up so well because, like, Kate and what's his stupid name in the movie? Why can't I remember?
I don't remember. Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. But they just had such good chemistry too,
I
and
know.
the build up and the pacing of everything.
Yes.
Like he went after her at the airport.
And
like give
yeah,
her
and
a
at the end,
smooch.
he was like, "Oh, if you want something or whatever, like chase it." And it alludes back to what he said at the rodeo of
Yup.
like, if you're afraid of something, like ride it or whatever.
Yup.
So it was like almost like a foreshadow to the end
Yup.
of like, "Oh, if you want something, like chase it." And then
Yup.
he puts his like screws down into the motherfucking concrete
know.
and goes to chase her. And you're telling me they didn't kiss
Kiss?
after that?
That's so
Are you
stupid.
kidding me?
So stupid.
I couldn't believe that
That
is
was my
the
least
most
favorite
romantic
part of the
thing
movie.
ever.
It is.
Like
God.
you're gonna put your little like thingies in the pavement in pavement, okay?
Yup.
It's concrete,
It's
right?
concrete.
I was yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Question: how did you? Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know if you like knew a lot of background about this movie, but like, how did you feel about Glenn Powell's character being like a YouTuber doing like chasing these like tornadoes?
I thought it was good. I thought
Yeah.
it felt very relevant, but not
Yes.
so far off that
Yeah.
it was like they're just trying to come up with something to get
Yes.
this character. And, you know,
Yeah.
like it felt very real to something that would happen now.
Yeah.
The backstory of how he got to that also made a lot of sense. So I thought it was really funny and it added a good dynamic to like the movie.
It's so interesting because like I went in blind to this movie. Like
Me
I
too.
only knew that Glenn Powell was in it and Daisy Edgar Jones, and I was
Yeah.
like, sign me up,
Literally.
And so when he was like revealed as this YouTuber, I was like, oh my god, that's so interesting, but like so fitting. Like there's
Yes.
so many people who are crazy and do that. Like
Yes.
it's
Literally.
wild.
So wild. Random thought that
Okay.
while we're still kind of talking about hot people,
Okay.
the Henry Cavill lookalike,
Oh my god. The only I googled him so fucking fast.
David Corenswet.
Yep.
He was also in The Politician, which I forgot about, but he literally looks.
Wait, he wasn't.
He was River.
Oh no!
Yes,
no!
yes, yes.
Don't no,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
He was a River.
He was. He's so hot, and I hated
He
his
is so-
character, but he's
Oh,
so
me
hot.
too. He was so attractive.
He to me is what attainable Henry Cavill would look like, or but he's still like unattainable. They need. Oh my god! Oh my god! They really stacked up this cast.
I'm shook
They
that
did.
they're the same person.
I
Like,
know,
that's crazy,
right? Yeah, he's so fine though. He was very
Oh my
distracting.
God.
He can smile at me. He can take me out. He can do whatever
Yeah.
he wants.
Even though he was the bad guy.
Between
in
him
the
and Glenn
end.
Powell, were I think that was their strategy though. For people who didn't like the rest of the movie, at least they get that. So
Yeah,
they can't leave
honestly.
that bad of a review when we have
No.
Glenn and David on our screen.
Yeah, exactly. I see
Hoofda.
it. I see it.
To Martha.
My other thing is it was so interesting as the movie was like opening up. I was like, who the fuck are these people? I was like, oh, they're all gonna die except Daisy Jones' character. Homegirl was so traumatized when it then jumped to the present.
Like,
I was like, because like the first time that she starts chasing a tornado with her friend, I don't remember what Anthony's character's is.
Javi.
Oh yeah, Javi. When they start chasing it, I'm like, oh girly, you are so traumatized. Like I feel so bad.
I would be traumatized too. Like
yeah.
But yeah,
me too.
I also called that right away where I was like, oh, okay.
Like I see it. Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of Daisy Edgar Jones, do you like my little transitions here?
Yeah.
I just have to say that I think she's so fantastic. Like, I knew of her and I liked her, but I'd never really fully seen her in anything before. And I think she's so fantastic. And I'm sorry, I just have to bring this up. I already kind of, because of her looks, had her in mind. But after seeing this movie, I want her to be January and be treated so bad. To me, her look, the vibe, the acting, her age feels
January's
so perfect.
blonde, right? Oh wait, but Daisy Edgar Jones, her hair was blonde in this movie too. Okay, she can pull it off.
I don't know what it was, but like even when I was reading, like that's who I imagine as January.
Yeah, I can see it.
So, Emily Henry, as we told you before, just listen to me and cast who I want.
Yeah, have you? So she is in the book adaptation of Normal People with Paul Mescal, whatever. And so people say they like love that show, and I think Daisy also dated Paul too. I think they had a previous relationship. I haven't read that book yet. It's literally on my bookshelf down there. But I've heard that that's really good, and that the show is also really good. So.
I've thought about reading and watching it, so maybe I will now. Maybe I will.
No, same here, same. Speaking of Daisy,
how convenient!
Oh my god, I loved that it was her who went to go tame the tornado at the end.
Yes,
I was like, you go, girl.
Like on her own. Like that is what we needed. Like that is exactly what needed to happen for her growth.
Yes,
for
exactly.
Just everything.
And her character arc completion, because in the beginning of the movie it didn't fucking work, and that's why all her fucking friends died. And at the end she saved everyone in the town. It's like so complete. It's literally so complete.
So complete. And I think it was also so smart of like the director, the writer, whoever, because it also felt like having her do that alone also completed Glenn Powell's character and Javi's character as well for like their development. So it felt perfect.
Honestly, so
good. The last point I had, because the other things were already kind of involved, which you kind of already mentioned, but I just have to point out again how much I love the suspense in this movie. I was literally on the edge of my seat, whether it was the romance, whether it was the actual natural disaster, whether it was like seeing what development was going to have next. Again, I think this has a lot to do with the pacing, but I was like, I was never bored. Everything felt intentional. Like I loved it.
Yeah, no, I agree too. Like I feel like it was just super fun the entire time. But again, they balanced out the tense and anticipation of the tornado really, really well. I will say, it's funny because like when I was watching it reminded me of like of our class geology and cinema where you like dissect the movie if it's like really true or if it's just like Hollywood exaggerating. I have a friend who I work with. She's from Kansas, and so she now lives here in Minnesota. And we were talking yesterday at the baseball game, and I was like, okay, I need you to tell me, are there that many tornadoes down in Kansas and Oklahoma? And she's like, hell no, like tornadoes every day. She's like, no, like that's crazy. And I was like, okay, thank you, because I feel like as I was watching it, they were chasing so many tornadoes, and a part of me at one point I was like, wait, wasn't there a tornado just yesterday?
Well, I feel like your friend would probably say the same thing where it's like there's always tornado watches and anticipated things and whatever, but it's rare that they actually touch down.
Yes,
and that's the part that was a little unrealistic. But obviously,
it was still fun.
Yes.
Like, it was still fun, the thought of, like, them chasing the
Yeah.
tornadoes that would touch down every time. And, like, you know, so, like, I understand it's, like, Hollywood and stuff, but, like, for a second, I was like, this seems really frequent and scary. Like,
yeah, literally, I would never live there then.
I know, right?
Literally.
I was like, damn.
I know. Nice.
Any more thoughts for the movie?
No, I think that's it. I loved it. Can
Very
you tell?
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the soundtrack now? I don't think this will take super long, but
No.
what are your overall thoughts on the soundtrack?
Yeah, overall thoughts. One, it's very long. I couldn't believe
So
how
long.
long the track list was.
I know.
Two, it's very country.
So
I
country.
don't mind that though, because it fits with the movie, and because of that, I am fine with it. Like, it was very
Agreed.
fitting, and also hearing the songs in the movie they were great. Like, it was like, oh, of course this would play. Like, it's so fitting.
I agree. Would I listen to this album all the time on my own? No. But I think every song made sense in the movie, and it was very well, like, even the background songs, like, everything felt so perfect.
So
put
cohesive.
together. Yes.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to rank them as we always do with our songs. I do have 2 honorable mentions.
Oh, okay. What are your... I have 1 honorable mention.
Okay.
But I think that's it.
Okay. Should I go first?
Yeah, what's your honorable mention?
So my 2 honorable mentions are Steal My Thunder and Tear Us Apart. Which I do like both of them. Not super memorable, but like I feel like those, including my top 3, were the ones that by far stood out to me, like on the album. And I will say, in general, you can tell with my other 3 that I'll talk about, I definitely lean towards the ones more where it wasn't so in your face country between the words, the instruments, and the accent. And I think that is what this album made me realize is what turns me off from country is the songs that are like beer and trucks and chicken and beer, you know, or the when they're singing like this, and I'm like, you're forcing it. But anyways, okay.
You're forcing it. So my only 1 honorable mention is I think I would argue the title track of this album and the movie, 8 Note Love in Oklahoma by Luke Combs. Yeah. First of all, I will give it to him. It is very catchy. Yes. I don't mind the accent or anything. It's very, very catchy. Super fitting for this movie. Like, it was literally so perfect. That I think that's why I like it so much. So.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Number 3. Should I do my number 3?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay.
Disclaimer, I've only listened to this album once,
so
like I don't know the songs really well.
Girl, it's okay, neither do I. So it is what it is. Number 3 is Too Easy by Tanner Adele.
Nice.
I remember one of the reasons it was my top one is because that song, or one of my top ones, that song stuck out to me even in the movie, in the theater. I was like, oh, this is a bop. And then listening to it, I was like, oh, this is kind of a good song. And it is one of those where it's like, a boy, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's kind of in your face, but it was just a fun, like, kind of power song. So I vibed with it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Yes. Okay, I literally don't remember how these songs even go. Like,
this is me with the Taylor Swift album.
Yeah. I don't remember, but I do remember liking these 3 out of everything. Like, that's what I remember.
We'll take it, yes.
So my 3rd is "Chasing the Wind" by Lainey Gardner.
I remember liking that one.
I think it's a slower song.
Yes.
Or it's because it's not too in your face. But I thought that was really, really good.
Nice.
So, yeah.
My number 2 is Boots Don't, which is the one with Shania Twain and who is the other person? Shania Twain and Brayland, who I have no idea. Number 1, the fact you got Shania Twain on this album is that's
amazing.
like crazy. But I just really like this song. It was super catchy. Of course, it's one of the upbeat ones, so go figure it's on my top. But I just thought it was really catchy. This is one, like, my top 3 are ones I would potentially listen to, like, even if it wasn't on the album, you know? So
definitely.
I just vibed with it. Super fun, super good. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Yes.
My second one is Out of Oklahoma by Lainey Wilson. So this was another one, kind of like what you were saying with Too Easy. Is like, this one really stuck out to me because she was driving home, right?
Yes.
It was very dramatic and whatever. And I was like, oh my God, this song is gorgeous, first of all. Like, absolutely gorgeous. And I really, really like the fact that it was more so storytelling of, like, more so, like, introspective versus, like, other country stuff.
Sure.
I don't know. So I really appreciated the storytelling in this song more than anything else.
If I'm remembering that song correctly, that one really reminded me of Blown Away by Carrie Underwood. Like, it just gave me very similar, like, melodically, just her voice in the song. If I'm remembering what song it was correctly, it gave me those
Blown
vibes.
Away by Carrie Underwood
Which
is all.
slaps.
You just reminded me of
right?
that song.
But that song is so good.
Yeah. It's so good. Okay.
So good.
Very nice. Okay, what's your number one?
My number one. I don't care. I am going to listen to this song. It's going to be on my playlist. I don't care. And it is the title track you already talked about, Ain't No Love in Oklahoma.
It's so good.
But here's the thing. Number one, it's so catchy. It's so upbeat.
It's so catchy.
It's a little in-your-face country, but not so much that it's like, here's beer, bleep, bloop, blah. But his voice is raspy.
It's so
It's
good,
so
yeah.
catchy.
Yeah.
Every time I listen to it, I'm going to think of Glenn Powell in all his glory driving up in his truck. Like, that is, for me, number one, such a smart title track song, because such a smart one to use in the trailer, because I am just literally obsessed with that song. And I think I'm going to be listening to it on a loop for the next, like, 5 weeks, so.
It's so good. Like, honestly, at this point, like, I don't even care that it's, like, so in your face country or whatever. Like, it's so good. Like,
it's so good.
I just
Ain't no love in Oklahoma.
Did you see that the cast came out and shotgunned a beer?
Yes.
And then Daisy couldn't finish her beer, so then
Glenn
Glenn.
He's a gentleman. Oh my God! Did you
Literally
see my
can't.
boobs? I didn't even mean to do that. I literally went, he's a gentleman, and then pushed them together. Oops. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I didn't even see.
Yeah.
Okay, my number one.
Yes.
Is one you've already talked about. It's Too Easy by Tanner Adele.
Okay, yes.
I think what you're saying is this song stuck with me
so
well in the movie because it was when they were chasing the twin tornadoes, and she was like, go left, and like everyone went left, and then they went right. Like, it was just so good, so fitting for the scene, and just like so memorable and like fun. Like, it's just, so that one really left an impression on me.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, any other final thoughts about the soundtrack or the movie or anything?
I don't think so. Honestly, this was like a fun summer movie. Like, I'm very impressed.
I'm impressed too, and I think I needed this after our last movie review of A Family Affair. Yeah. I needed a good movie, and I was so pleasantly surprised by everything.
Yes.
So,
I agree.
So, Selena, want to tell our audience what we'll be talking about next time?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We're on a movie kick, but...
Are we talking about another movie?
Yes, because we're going to talk about It Ends With Us next time. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
What's going on?
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So, sorry. We're on a movie kick, but this next
care.
movie is really important, and I'm really excited to see it.
I'm not going to lie. When... Obviously, we've had our thoughts about the casting, the movie, as we've been talking about. I saw the trailer while I was, like, sitting down to see Twister.
Wait, oh my God, they played it?
Yes, they played it. So I saw the full trailer. It looks way better than I thought it would. Yeah. So it made me
But you've seen the
hopeful
trailer
again.
already, though, right?
No.
What?
I
thought you saw the trailer.
I don't think so.
I sent it to you.
Did I watch it?
I sent it to you on, like, TikTok or something.
Okay, well, maybe the trailer they showed in the theater was a different one. Or something. Because the one I saw in the theater was different than what I have seen.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, because
Or I just forgot,
I was like, I swear we talked about it in pop culture section of this podcast.
We probably did. I'm probably just a fake, but it's fine.
No, I mean, I'm excited. I still have my hopes, okay?
Yes.
But, like, you're right that I have had problems with, like, the way that, like, we've been hearing stuff and seeing stuff, and so, like, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm still very excited to see the movie. But
me
it's
too.
I don't know. I'll have my thoughts when
We'll
I see
see.
it.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.